Yes, I am live at the Jim Toy Community Center, where one of the couples, the Michigan couple that was a part of this decision, has just learned about the Supreme Court's ruling. April and Jane, thank you so much for joining us. Tell me, what's your plan now? What do you have to do?
We have to plan a wedding and adopt some kids.
It has been such a long road for you. Talk about the emotions and what's going through your mind.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm, reading the screen. I'm a little speechless.
Marriage and a couple of kids, the second parent.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's what we hoped for, and I'm glad it came out. And it is, a historical day in the gay and lesbian world for this, and also the Lawrence decision, and DOMA was decided and put out on the 26th. So the triple threat has hit, and we're so proud to be part of that history.
And I know your case was interesting in that it was all about your kids.
Yes.
You guys really wanted to both adopt your kids and make sure that you knew what happened to them should something happen to one of you.
Yes.
And a federal court judge in Detroit agreed with you. The Attorney General argued it. It went to the Supreme Court. Talk about what this means for your children.
Our kids will now have all the protections that all other kids have in marriages. They will be covered by health insurance and Social Security benefits and everything else, and will be, in a legal marriage now. They won't be, mine and hers as far as the, state's concerned. So, everything that they're getting is what should have been, theirs all along, but, due to the state, it wasn't. So they're truly covered.
Is it Monday, or have you been waking up this entire week with like that pit of dread in your stomach, going, oh, is it today? Is it not today?
I don't know that it was a pit of dread, but we've had a lot of planning to do. Our kids are in camp, and finagling schedules and everything. I don't know that we really woke up today thinking today was the day, but it is, and we're so happy. We're so happy.
What do you have to say to Dana, who's been kind of by your side from day one?
The whole legal team has been amazing, but, thank you to especially Dana and Carol and Ken and Bob, who all really believed in us. They believed in what we said and what we wanted to do, and they've stood by us no matter what. And we couldn't have asked for a better legal team. And to Mary Bonato, who, argued in the court for us, we would have never been here without all of them. Never.
You guys went to the Supreme Court and won. Do you realize that?
I don't think it's quite set in yet.
I was talking to the Washtenaw County Clerk's office, and they have extra employees lined up today because they are expecting a lot of people to get married. What do you want to say to everybody getting married today?
Congratulations.
Yeah, we're behind you. We're supporting you. Obviously, we're so happy for you. Because this is a great day in our lives and everybody's lives in the United States. So every state that now can get married, I hope you're lined up. I do. Yeah. Lisa Brown, good luck, baby.
Gene, is it sunk in yet, really?
No, it really hasn't. I'm still can't believe I'm kind of standing here right now. So it hasn't sunk in. It's not.
Plugging up your glasses.
I'm sure they are.
What do you guys think this says about, America and where we stand at this point in time?
I think that, the country has started to see that, we are people. We are establishing families, and we're just like everyone else. We're the next door neighbor. We're your coworker. We're your sister. We're your brother. We're your child. And, we do deserve the same rights as everybody else, and our kids deserve the same rights. And I think they're starting to see that the discrimination, it just shouldn't be there. And people are starting to understand because they know more people. There are people out there saying, hey, I'm gay and, I'm in your life. So I think it's really hit more people that they know people and that they are just accepting more now.
What about Ryan? I know she's always saying to you, the two of you, are we getting married today? The whole family is getting married, in her mind.
Yes.
And that's what it is for you all too, really.
Correct. You know, unfortunately, we couldn't bring the kids out here today. Like I said, they are in superhero camp. So,
Yeah.
and you know, don't interrupt superhero camp.
No.
Just telling you now.
Not even for the Supreme Court.
Not
No.
even for the Supreme Court.
Nope.
Hero camp must go on.
Capes and shields are important
Yes,
today because that's
yes.
what they're getting.
But you know, I think that you know, the kids are going to get a security. You know, and obviously, you know, Ryan is going to get to be a princess in a wedding, which is what she's been talking about. And Riley wants to carry flowers, although I'm afraid she may throw them at some people. So if you're there, just duck. But yeah, you know, and the boys are looking forward to getting dressed up, and Nolan wants to wear a tuxedo. So
In your heart, did you always believe today would come?
we did. We had to believe.
Yeah,
We had
we
to
did.
believe that it came. We had to believe that the law would protect our kids. We had to believe it.
Do you have a date yet, April?
No,
No.
we do not.
I hear Washtenaw County's open though.
Could go today.
We can go today.
What is your message for the Supreme Court, what they delivered here for you guys today?
Just
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for understanding that this was a discriminatory case, and you know that our rights were violated, our kids' rights were violated, and you know, to affirm that we are just going to be a family now, just like everybody else.
What's next in terms of creating understanding that you guys have already fostered so much of just by convincing the Supreme Court?
You know, for us, I think I was going to be. We're going to go to Disney, but you know, I think that you know, just educating people about where the gay and lesbian community stands, and things that you know are we're still discriminated against for, and like I said, it is an education process. I think people need to get to know gays and lesbians and realize that we truly are no different than anybody else, and that we deserve to have protection under the law just like everybody else.
How does this change the national political landscape?
I have
I don't know. Well,
We have
I'm sure it's going to put a
presidential-
crimp in some people's bills right now, but
I mean, how has it felt to carry this on your back? I mean, you guys were the pioneers in this state. You guys challenged it, and it's never easy to be the ones out front, is it?
No, I mean, it hasn't been that difficult of a road, but we're honored. You know, we are just truly honored that we stood up and we had such amazing support from other people, and that you know, we stood up and won what we wanted.
and Dana and Carol and Bob and Ken really believed in this till the end, and you know, they were behind us, and with that support and that positivity and the community that's come out, you know, behind us has just been overwhelming. And you know, they keep pushing us, you know, to get to this because it's an important thing to them too, not just us.
I'm getting texts from gay friends of mine who say, "Where are you?" And they say, "I'm crying. I wish my mom had lived to see this." Does that impact you guys at all? That people across this country are sitting there in their offices or in their homes and they're crying?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you know, it's an emotional day for so many of us who never thought this day would come, who thought that we would never be able to legally marry, who thought that their kids were going to spend their life unprotected. So it means so much to us that people are out there, and this is moving so many people.
So what do you guys do for the rest of the day? Go to lunch, you know, grab a coffee? What do you do? It's, you know, just any other day.
It's any
I
other
guess.
day now.
Yeah, I think there's big plans in the making, but I'm not really sure what that, you knew what, we just told
We
to show
don't know
up.
what, yeah, we don't know actually what's going on. They said be dressed and come, so we did.
But I do believe that there are some parties going on locally here in Ann Arbor, which is where we'll be staying. And I know that there's at least one out in the Ferndale area, but beyond that, I know there's going to be a lot of celebrating today.
How do you tell your children?
I think we just tell them, but I'm not sure they're going to totally understand yet.
They're still a
Just,
little young.
just that we can get married, and that will be that'll be a big thing to them. I
Yes.
think, you know, in 4 or 5 years, they'll understand more of what this meant. But right now, they're just going to be happy that we can all get married.
Yeah.
That's their goal.
And just for a national audience, everybody, like,
Yes.
it started out with your fight, but it became everyone's fight.
Yes,
Correct.
definitely. This is it's a good day. It's a good day in history.
It's a great day in history.
The Supreme Court's on the right side of history, as we all like to say.
Yeah.
So people are finally on the right side of history.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
No.
I cannot.
No.
Congratulations.
Thank
wish.
you. Yeah, okay.
Well, it's rare that Jane gets emotional, so this is a big deal. It's usually April who's emotional.
A historic day here in Ann Arbor. You just witnessed it. The Supreme Court has ruled that same-sex marriage is legal, and a Michigan couple that was at the center of this fight celebrating. Reporting live in Ann Arbor, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.